The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edgewood. Speaking of for better sound today, Edgewood's the code HPN and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgambling.com/refs. We're also brought to you by NYRA Bets. Get your $25 free bet for the Belmont by going to nyrabets.com/SGPN25, promo code SGPN25. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's currently Monday morning, June 2nd, around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Substitute Scott Reichel, once again joined by Adam Rosenberg, and together we're going to break down the props that we like for the Monday baseball card. Not many games today, but the show must go on. I think there are like 7 games. Most of them might not be very good, but we did find some prop angles that we do like. But Adam, how's it going with you? How's your weekend?
It's good. You might notice I'm in somewhere different. I am in my parents' house in Philly, helping my mom and my dad out with a few things before I go back up home tomorrow. But I'm good. Good weekend for us. We just keep humming along. The DPs are moving. Trying to find some DPs right now for people because the people have spoken and they truly want a DP of the day. So,
is that going to be our new segment? It's going to be called DP of the day.
Yeah, and if we can get Brazzers to sponsor it, I think it would be even better.
I'm going to pivot a little bit for the name. Can we go with the Daily DP?
Ooh, the Daily DP. Daily DP works. That works.
Can we do that? Okay, so that'll be a new segment that we have.
That works really well for me. But yeah, also, everything's good. I made some much needed updates to pitcher stats on my website Handygraphs, which a lot of us use for baseball stuff. So we now have third time through the order on there, so that'll be fun for us to mess around with. And let's get into some of the BS.
Yep. So let's get into it. Before we get into any of the props that we do like for the Monday card, a reminder that we do have the Stanley Cup Finals and the NBA Finals, which are happening this week. Get all of the SGPN free picks and podcasts during that time span as well with the SGPN app, free to download. So check out the SGPN app on the App Store. Anyway, time to move on into the props that we have for the card here for Monday. Adam, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your first prop for the show?
My first one is good old, I feel like we do this all the time, good old Jack Flaherty, under 17.5 outs. It's plus money. We always do this. We're going to continue to do this. But look, the last 2 starts, Mr. Flaherty has gone 20 outs and 18 for the full 6. His pitch counts in these games, 108 2 starts ago, 97. He throws. He's been throwing well, and he's done that well. But the general body of work on Jack Flaherty is that the third time through the order is not what we want to be messing around with. I will just tell you right now. His third time through first of all, he's averaging 4.5 pitches per plate appearance, which is bad. That's above that. That's well above what the median should be. And then for the season, if you look at how he has been on third time through the order, people are batting the WOBA third time through the order, 414. That's insane. So everything about Jack Flaherty other than K's is not great. And the White Sox have been hitting a lot better lately. They aren't scoring runs, but they're getting on base and they're not striking outs. So give me Jack Flaherty under 17.5 outs for my first play.
Yeah, so I actually have a couple of plays from the same game for this one. Now, you mentioned that Flaherty might not be in line for as great of a start as people think. I am going to fade one batter, though, on the White Sox, who I think should struggle in this matchup. It's going to be plus money. I'm going to go with Luis Robert. I'm going to take his under half a total base here at plus 126. He's been really bad all season. You're looking at his numbers lately. He's at 0 hits in 4 straight. He's also been bad against Flaherty lifetime. He's 0 for 8 lifetime with a walk and 5 strikeouts. But the point is, Robert has really not done anything for the last couple of games. He's been bad all year in general, bad against Flaherty as a whole. Plus 126, though, for a guy that, I'll put it this way, isn't guaranteed to hustle out of the box every time he hits a ground ball. I do think you're looking at a guy who is, in my opinion, overvalued to do damage in this game to some degree. I also think he's very good, to be honest. I think that he has a lot of potential. I don't think that he's a guy that I really trust to contribute much in a game-in, game-out basis, but I think plus 126 is a very good price here. Give me the under half a base on Robert at plus 126. So I like that. I think the price is a little bit, I think it's a good deal. Let's put it that way. So there we go.
I think he stinks. So he's probably a future Oriole. Let's be honest. I think he stinks.
Either Oriole or Pirate.
Oh,
Can you imagine the Pirates though, like making a move to pair him with O'Neill, and they'll still finish 40 games under 500?
oh, that'd be so bad.
Go on.
Yeah, actually, you know what I wouldn't mind taking for this also? If we want to get real crazy. And sorry, I have a cold, so I'm a little stuffed up, but we should do first plate appearance K.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned Flaherty stuff, or his overall.
His K stuff's great. His K stuff is fine.
I was gonna say K stuff's one of the only things that he's actually been like very, very solid at lately.
Yeah, and we were talking about he's 5 Ks and 8 at bats against Flaherty. I mean, let me look at his stuff right now. On batter side, Luis Robert over his last 5 games. The last 5 games, his K rate's 44%. Yeah, we're taking this.
Yeah, so there you go. We also stumbled into another prop we can take for the game.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you though, for your second prop on the card, what do you like?
Jolton Joe Ryan, 7 Ks. He's got pretty elite swing metrics, and this A's team is in a really bad spot. They're flying across the country from a pretty crazy series against the Jays, where they were up both times. They blew major leads, flying all the way across the country to host the Twins in SAC. Twins came from Seattle. So
they also had a pretty crazy series there. They had a crazy games.
They had a crazy series, but Helms, I look like I'm recording a final goodbye video. I'm at my parents, dude. Yeah, so I like the Joe Ryan case in this situation. Oh, Dustin Johnson coming right in, right when we were talking about this. I like the Joe Ryan's. I like him to have 7 Ks in this. It's a bad spot for the A's. I kind of like the Twins run line too. I just think it's a good one there. But yeah, Joe Ryan's been a lead on all that stuff. If you want to talk about somebody who has a really good third time through the order, opponents are hitting 179, or Woba's 179 against him, third time through the order for the season. For his pitches per plate appearance is good. His K stuff is good. Gets hit a little bit hard, but again, I think that flying from Seattle to Sacramento versus flying from Toronto to Sacramento, it's a little bit different, and I don't expect a good showing from our A's today.
Yeah, you also forgot to mention an important part of that breakdown, which is the A's being bad at baseball.
Oh, yes. As you like to say to me, good player, bad player.
Yeah, what is it? They've won like 1 game in the last 2+ weeks?
Well, let's talk for a moment about the electric cash that we had we had 2 great cashes with them this weekend. 3.
We had the race to 4.
Friday we had Vlad home run, which was one of the easiest bets you and I have ever made.
I thought he might hit one again yesterday at a double instead.
Saturday we had race to 4. They go up 3-0 in the top of the first, and and I texted you. I'm like, well, this is over. I still stand by the bet. Already saying we move, all that stuff. What did they do? 4 runs.
I forgot who gave him up. It was Togberg who got destroyed, or that was the first game of the series?
It was I don't know, some bomb.
Whatever. Either way,
he got destroyed. Well, they went with 3 straight lefties against this team, and it was like, that's a choice.
They got swept. So
they got swept, and it was just, why did you put out 3 lefties against one of the better left-handed hitting teams? Anyway, they did that, and then yesterday we had both teams to 3. They were up 3-2. They lost 8-4.
Yeah, they got destroyed in like the 7th and 8th inning, I think. But yeah, point is the A's have been in free fall. We know that offensively they can't score some runs at home, but the issue is, I mean, you mentioned some of the overall numbers that Ryan has. He can easily mow down this lineup if he ends up finding his stuff. So I'm not against it. I think that he's in a solid spot as well. And yeah, Twins, I think, can be, I don't want to say an interesting team, but right now they're a lot better than the A's. So you got that going for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they're interesting overall, like you said, but I do like them here. And we like Joe Ryan.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
This is low. I think it's because he didn't hit. What was Joe Ryan's K's last start? He's off a start where he only got 5. So we're getting a discount here. Prior to that, he was 11-8-7-9.
Yeah, and the one that he ended up only having 5 with was against Tampa. And Tampa's actually been better lately. So something.
Yeah, Tampa's been a lot better lately.
Yeah. Either way, before we get into my other props and your last prop for the show here for Monday, a reminder that we're brought to you by our sponsor, Edge, who is the first ever bank hub for better. Sign up today with the, once again, reminder that all your gambling transactions will be approved. If you end up using Edge Boost, no fees, no minimums, catch rewards as well, 100% approval from the deposit. Sign up today, edgeboost.bet, code SGPN. And if you sign up this week, you'll get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Go to sportsgamble.com/refs to claim your free shirt. We're also brought to you by Fantasy because they are going along for the NBA Finals with their extender bonus. Hop in Game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. A reminder, when you sign up for your new account, though, use the promo code MLB SGPN to get a special pick and a first-time visit offer up to $1K in bonus cash on Fantasy promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by NYR Bets because you can bet the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga with NYR Bets, and you could sign up today using the promo code SGPN25, get a $25 deposit to get a $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or just getting started, NYR Bets makes it easy to jump in on the action. The exclusive offer is just for the Belmont Stakes, so don't wait. Join now and claim your free $25 Belmont bet today at NYRBets.com/SGPN25. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple of props for the show here. Time to move on into my second prop for the card. Said before, I had a couple of props from that Tigers and White Sox game. I'm going to go with a Tigers batter, actually. I'm going to go with Riley Green. I'm going to take his under half a run scored at -113. The Tigers offensively have quietly been underwhelming over the last week. They've scored less than 5 runs in 5 of their last 6 games. Green has also not scored a run in 9 of his last 10 games, and he's not been very good against Cannon in his career. He's 1 for 7 lifetime against Cannon. Now, do I think Cannon's good? No. However, at home, he's actually not bad. He has a 1.17 ERA at home. Winds blowing in Chicago. Have to mention that, about 10 miles per hour. But I do think you're looking at a guy who I understand has some upside. I'll ask you what your thoughts are on Riley Green, because I feel like he's been hyped up year after year. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't think he's as good as advertised, but I do think for a guy in a lineup that's kind of struggling right now, I think this price is very cheap. So I'll take Green to not score a run at -113.
I don't know if I would slander Riley Green while Brandon Porter is in the show and in the chat. That is Riley Green's #1 fan. He actually allows Riley Green to come to his house and be with his family while Brandon watches. And I would not slander. I would be very careful about slandering Riley Green in front of B Porter.
I just want to point out, though, at no point did he disagree with anything I just said.
That's fair. Look, I think Riley Green is the best player on this team. I don't think Riley Green is playing really well right now.
That's what I meant. Yeah,
that's where it comes down to. But he's the best player on the team.
Yeah, I'm fine with him being the best player on the team. If he's not performing up to par right now, and I can get his no runs at -113. Also want to mention that Green, we know, does have some, of course, power. I see Brandon coming to his defense immediately, right on cue. But Green is a lefty. He's got 13 home runs. Wind is blowing in at like 10 miles an hour from right field in, which might especially hurt Riley Green.
That really hurts Riley Green.
So that's kind of why I do like the under for his runs, because if you limit the home run upside, I do question how much damage he'll be able to actually do.
Yeah, it's keep in mind, guys, wind doesn't matter anywhere but Chicago.
Yeah.
So
it matters more for Wrigley, but it does also matter for
it matters there too. It matters it matters there too. So it's like it's mostly Wrigley, but it matters there too. It's also that's a cavernous park in that sense. That's not, you don't want wind blowing in from the right. I don't know. I don't like it. I like a fade on Riley Green. He should probably, maybe we'll make that for an underdog entry.
I just thought the price was very cheap for a guy that has not really done much recently. But
I see Chris is asking suggestions for the hits, runs, RBIs for today. It's Ohtani. It's always Ohtani.
I thought you said you don't like to take that for guys that are like in the top 4 in the order. You'd rather go base.
For a boost.
Boost. Okay.
Yeah, it's for a boost. For a boost, yeah. It's always him or Judge.
Okay.
Or Schwarber.
Yeah, I was going to ask you something, and I forgot what the hell I was going to say. I guess it wasn't.
People are asking now for the DP.
Oh, that wasn't where I was going.
We're not there yet, guys. We're not there yet. We're not there for the daily DP.
Oh, I was going to ask you. Do you know the name of the White Sox stadium?
Guaranteed Rate Field.
Okay, so that's what I thought. And Dylan and I kind of made some jokes about it yesterday. They removed the guarantee part. It's just rate field now.
Field? All right.
So there you go. The inflation is crazy. They removed the guarantee from the field. So yeah, it's apparently rate field now. I didn't get a memo.
Is that real? Or did like the sign fall off?
I don't know, but ESPN says it's rate field now. So the guarantee part, I guess, isn't a thing. So
That's crazy.
I find that kind of interesting. And I see Ralph calling it the rate is a 9 miles. So, okay, there you go. It has more nicknames than I thought. So there you go. Guaranteed rates are not a thing anymore, apparently. But anyway, I'm moving on to your final prop. What do you like for the card?
Brady Singer. Remember when everyone loved Brady Singer? Brady Singer stinks. Under 16.5 outs. What's my cap that I have on? I didn't even write any notes. Oh,
well, he said he stinks. So
well, he does stink.
That's part of the cap.
So, look, his last 3 games, his expected ERA is 5.91. He's not getting guys out. He's not striking guys out. His whip is really high. But more importantly, this Brewers team that they're playing is right off a sweep of the Phillies, who did not have Bryce Harper, but whatever. Still feeling themselves offensively. They won a game yesterday, 17-7.
They've won what, seven in a row at this point?
Yeah, they're in their middle. They're having a Brewers run. So yeah, I'll take Singer to feel that wrath. So give me Brady Singer under 16.5 outs. I don't think he gets into that 6th.
Does it concern you at all that Yelich got hurt again?
That who?
Yelich got hurt again.
No.
Okay. Just asking.
He got hurt 2 days because he got hurt 2 days ago.
Yes, but the fact
it's also not a team that, like, you got to remember, like, he was hurt for all last year and they were doing it.
Oh no,
I like that lineup better without him.
I just wanted to throw out there that Yelich did get banged up. I feel the same way as you do, but I wanted to mention that Yelich was actually performing well lately and he got hurt. So
he was performing. He was crushing it last year.
His X-rays were negative though. I think he got hit by a pitch. So I think he's fine.
Torn labia. He's fine. Yeah,
it's fine. So there you go.
Put some dirt on it.
Yeah, put some dirt on it. For my last prop, though, I am going to go with the Red Sox game against the Angels. I'm going to fade a guy who we faded many times on the show, had some success with it, mostly with strikeouts lately, but I'll take his under HRR. Give me Christian Campbell. I'll take his under 1.5 HRR at -125. Yeah, he's been really bad lately. He's at a less than 2 hits, runs, and RBIs in 16 of his last 21 games. He's at a less than 2 HRR in 16 of his last 21 home games. So he's been really bad at Fenway recently. And Anderson is pitching for the Angels. Well, I'll admit has not been very good recently. However, Campbell's splits against lefties are absolutely horrific. A 171 batting average and a 220 slug. He's just useless against lefties. I just think, once again, it's fading a bad player. I think it's a good price here with Campbell getting the under 1.5 HRR at -125. I'll ask you because I feel like he's a classic young player who was pretty good to start. They got some film on the guy. They made adjustments. He never made any adjustments. And now he's kind of a walking out half the time. So I'll go with the Campbell under 1.5 HRR at -125.
I mean, you said you were asking me, but I like it. I mean, we made some pretty good money fading him this weekend. We had him we had him at first plate appearance K, 2 Ks in the game. He's in awful form. So I will take this.
I wasn't really asking. It was more just I'd say
you
overall.
Did. You actually literally said, I'll ask you.
Well, I was going to ask you not about the prop itself. I was going to ask you if my assessment on Campbell was correct, that pitchers made adjustments and he's just been stuck in the same spot that he was.
He's not. I mean, yeah, he's good. He's just not their top prospect. And everybody went. This is the other thing about the rookie of the year market, because everyone's like, "Oh, Jack Caglione." Get ready for a lot of 0-4 with Jack Caglione, guys.
But the home runs will be fun.
Home runs will be fun at a non-hitter park, but thank God, temper your expectations. So on all these guys, remind me who's pitching? It's Anderson, right?
It's Anderson. Who's not very good, but he knows what he's doing.
No, he knows what he's doing. Let me just look at something with Campbell. All right, so here's the thing: is Christian Campbell? Yeah, overall, I would do.
He's so bad against lefties, though.
I would honestly do I think we want. So what we decided, we want first plate appearance K for Luis Robert, and I think we want first plate appearance K for Christian Campbell. He's got a 30% K rate in his last 30 plate appearances against lefties.
I'm not against it. I mean, Anderson's not the biggest strikeout guy in the world, but I do think Campbell has been a lost cause against lefties the entire season. So I'm not going to be against that either. But
Anderson and Anderson versus. Why is he batting clean? Why is Campbell batting cleanup?
That's the weird part, is that he actually gets a decent amount of plate appearances. So there are some chances he'll have a guy on base, but I don't know why he's batting fourth. He's been a mess. So I don't really get it at all. But
yeah, I mean, Anderson, I think that we want to do. I think we want to. I like the play.
It's not really about Anderson. I know Anderson's okay. I'm hoping he's serviceable
fine.
for this one, but it's mostly about Campbell just being a lost cause for the last month or two.
I agree.
So there you go. I see Sean jumping in and saying that he's a Red Sox fan and the team kind of sucks. So yeah, you said the last 2 years. I'd say year and a half. You were a fun team for like the first half of last year, and then it fell apart immediately. But yeah, it has not been fun for Boston fans there. So
yeah, I mean, I think as soon as Bregman got hurt, it kind of fell apart too.
Yes, they were already slumping because their bullpen's useless anyway. But Bregman was phenomenal the entire season.
Yep.
So,
the rip our Bregman MVP long shot. Judge gets hurt. MVP bets.
Yeah. Do want to ask you though, unrelated, because I know that we do have a future on the guy. Knock on wood. Any thoughts on J-Ram? Is it still automatically Judge no matter what, or do you think J-Ram can actually potentially sneak away in there?
His team's going to need to do a lot better.
I assumed as much, but he's batting like 330, and he's been.
I mean, it's still I would take it at log odds right now. There's nobody I would take in the AL right now.
I'm just saying. I'm assuming we're still in agreement that it's just Judges to lose. But shout out to J-Ram, who's been an absolute savage for the last.
Yeah, he's always. But that's the thing. He's always been that way.
Oh, he always has been. He's always like a top 5 guy, and nobody talks about him like ever. But he's just really, really good at baseball.
Last year was his best MVP case. He was 40-40.
Yeah. So. He officially got the 40-40. He was like 40-39.
No, he was like, you know what I meant. He was like,
I think he was like one short technically. I think it was 39-40. I think. Yeah, but I wanted to mention J-Ram, who he took preseason, who's been just mashing. So I wanted to give him a shout out there. Do want to ask you though, since it is officially that time of the show, it is the time for the new segment, the Daily DP. So I'm going to ask you, Adam, what is going to be your first double play parlay that you have, or double play prop? Who knows?
We're looking at it right now.
These are parlays, by the way, or these can be straight bets?
They can be straight bets. I'm just trying to decide on something because I wrote down a note. So the number one thing that we like Giants to have a double play at -145. I'm
just to be clear, when you say have a double play, you're talking
turn a double play. Turn a double play.
Defensively, they will force a double play.
They will force a double play. Correct. And they're the home team, so it's kind of like the idea is to sort of look for road team, look for folks that will turn a double play on a road team.
Also have to mention Logan Webb's pitching, really good at forcing ground balls.
Really good at that. So so is Kolek. But I don't know if I wanted to do the over on that. The other one I'm going to pair it with is the Dodgers to turn a double play against the Mets.
Okay.
Dustin May's been pretty good at this, and in terms of teams pitching, the Rockies are overwhelming on the double play. Well, here, if we can get a good one out of the Marlins, let me just.
It kind of makes sense that the Rockies turn so many
because they get contact all the time. I was
going to say they constantly have other teams of guys on base. Yeah, it's the same idea.
Who are the Reds playing? Are they playing that?
Possibly the Brewers.
Reds play the Brewers. Let me just look at one thing here because it's about finding the mixing and the matching on, is Savali a good target to do this? And
conceptually, I'd imagine the Mets though hit into a decent amount because they've
the Mets hit into a decent amount. Well, because they get guys on, they don't strike out.
Yeah.
So you get guys on base. And there's a lot of ways it gets there. Actually, this is going to be the one. I'm not going to.
I was going to say they have a lot of slow base runners in general. Soto doesn't hustle half the time. Vientos doesn't hustle much. Alonso is bigger. They have a lot of main guys who don't actually run down the base paths.
Well, and also just like Dustin May leads the Dodgers in grounded in double plays induced. So that's I think this is good. So we're gonna do this. It's gonna be plus 209. I'm doing it right now. So 50 to win 100. We just locked that up. It's 120 on its own, but again, the daily DP is Giants to turn a double play. Dodgers to turn a double play plus 209.
Okay, there you go. And that's officially the first ever segment of the daily.
Well, we soft launched it last week and it hit.
Oh no, we tried it with focus groups. It worked very well. So
people really like double play or DP, I should say.
They do. So there you go. But either way, a point is, remember though, when you're actually trying to do some research on it, don't do it at work. It's not suitable for work.
No, it isn't. By the way, Brandon Porter pointing out J-Ram would be a great Philly, just saying he would be, but the problem is that we're going to actually end up with Ryan Mountcastle, who is...
Isn't he on the IL again?
Yeah, but I would bet money that he becomes a Philly.
I feel like if you were in some type of prop market or if you were in a fantasy league and you got bonus points for injuries, Mountcastle would be such a high draft pick.
He reeks of becoming a Philly. He hits lefties and he's right-handed bat, which they
You're
need.
calling him the next Reese Hoskins?
He looks like Reese Hoskins.
I can see it.
Yeah,
I don't know why they booed him over the weekend, by the way.
Because we're idiots. But they're going to want to try to – the situation that's going to end up happening is get ready for Schwarber to go back into the outfield, and they're going to do more to preserve Bryce Harper's body than they are Kyle Schwarber. And Castellanos possibly is part of a move, I would think. But
I'd be so excited to see Schwarber and Castellanos play the field in the same game.
No, I think that they're going to – I think that they're going to move some things around. But I would be very surprised if Ryan Mountcastle isn't a Philly.
At some point.
So,
he really does remind me of Reese Hoskins.
He does. He looks exactly like him.
Yeah. But either way, point is, though, it's going to wrap it up for the actual prop portion for the show. Time to move on into the best bets and the underdog entry. According to that, the reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football Giveaway, because Circa Resort Casino in Las Vegas, with the Ultimate Fantasy Football experience with a 12-person league to draft in Vegas. Which is VIP for your stay. We get a limo ride from the airport, a 5K tab for stadium swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. Also get 15% off everything at the Circa properties with program HB15. Enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football contest for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Circa, the sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they have been a proud sponsor for our show for a long time.
Yep.
We talked about them before. They also just dropped game-changing trends with a new feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns. Rhythm's model has consistently won. They have a high ROI as well. And a reminder, they upload these and update them every day. So you'll get an exclusive feature on Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed picks. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter. You know that we will be doing so. Try it out for free for a week, though, by using the 7-day free trial. Go to sportsgamble.com/RATHMM. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Who's bookie?
My bookie. I was, by the way, really, really disappointed to see that Sean didn't write that into the ad read.
You can take it up with him. I'm just the messenger here.
I'm not mad about it. I don't get paid extra.
Just saying, it's not my fault, so don't blame me for that. But
fine.
Anyway, point is, though, my bookie's placed on every sport. They have the NBA playoffs. They have the, for example, Stanley Cup. They also have the baseball cards, tennis for the French Open. You name it, they're available at total locations as well. Use crypto. One of those payouts, use a positive. When you sign up, though, for your new account, use the promo code SGPN. You get a $100 match up to 1K. Terms and conditions, MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through our props for the show and our new DP, our daily DP segment.
DP.
Time to move on. There should be t-shirts with that. Anyway, time to move on into the best bet portion of the show. Adam, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your favorite bet out of the three you gave out?
I can't ignore Jack Flaherty, which used to be a system play. That system play has been 0-2 the last two starts. Back at it, under 17.5 outs.
Is it 0-2 the last two starts, though, if we actually took his over 2 starts ago?
Fair enough. It's 0-1.
Last start we lost.
Yeah,
2 starts ago, we actually took the over.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that was against Cleveland, I think. 2 starts ago.
Who he's owned.
Yeah, so we took the over on that. So there you go. But, okay, so you're going to go Flaherty. I thought about going with the same game, actually, because it's either going to be Robert or it's going to be Green. I'll go Green, actually. So, in a way, I'm kind of backing Cannon. I'm not a Cannon guy.
I like Cannon, but you didn't
He's better at home.
Rhythm likes Cannons over outs, and I really like it.
Okay, so either way, I'm going to go with Riley Green to not score a run. I like the under in the game anyway, but the Tigers can't really hit at the moment, and you're looking at Green, who has not scored a run in 9 of the last 10. 1 for 7 a lifetime against Cannon, and I said before, the wind is blowing in heavily from right field, which is definitely going to hurt Green's home run upside for this matchup. Give me the Riley Green under half a run scored at -113 as my best bet. Now it's time for the underdog entry for the show. We also just plugged in the Rhythm play because you mentioned that Cannon's outs were definitely a play that Rhythm did like. I'll ask you, though, for underdog. First of all, do you want to recycle any of the plays we gave out?
I like this Luis Rob. Well, let me see. Do they have exact? Oh, wait. Am I in a state that doesn't allow me to do this? Because I'm in Pennsylvania. Luis Robert. Let's see. So it looks like I can't actually bet it here. But what I would do is I would say, sorry guys, I'm in a state where I can't do it, but here's what we'll give out. I like that Luis Robert under under total bases. I
Okay.
think he's just in such terrible form.
I love the plus money with that.
And I like the plus money with it. I would do the Cannon over outs.
Okay.
And then who's the guy that we like today? Honestly, you know what I like today? I also like I think
if you wanted to recycle the Joe Ryan K's, I wouldn't stop you.
I think the Joe Ryan K's is a really good move.
Unless you wanted to pivot to like Joe Ryan win.
No, I wish I could bet this here. That's a Pennsylvania issue, but yeah, that's what I would say. I would say that's so for our entry. I did read what Sean told us that we had to say. For our underdog entry, we're gonna go Luis Robert lower a half a base. We're gonna go Joe Ryan higher 6.5 Ks, and then we're gonna go Jonathan Cannon, pew, 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 higher 17.5 outs.
That is not what cannon sounds like at all.
It does in my head.
How fast are you firing the cannon? You have to light the back of it. It takes like a while to actually fire off.
Well, yeah, with that attitude.
I thought it's one massive like you get one shot and then you have to load everything up again.
It's not a pew situation. So
no, yeah. I thought it was like a former gun with like a musket. You got to like pump up the musket and then shoot, and then you got to do it again. That's what they do in the movies. I've never seen it. I've never seen a semi-automatic cannonball before. Cannon machine.
I got to revisit Patriot, so we'll see.
Is that Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. More of a lethal weapon guy.
Before he actively hated Jews, so he's just like.
It was before his Passion of Christ arc.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Pretty much.
Well, either way, though, a point is that is going to wrap up the show. Adam, anything else you want to add?
No, guys. Don't research DPs at your work computer.
Yes. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, till next time, find me on Twitter, Radio. Find him on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. I know that the show will be back later on today for the preview of the Tuesday games. We'll be back for the prop show back on Wednesday morning. I know that you're going to be back home at that point, so you can
I'll be on.
So there you go.
Solo parenting too, because my wife's going to New York.
That's fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Is she going to see you?
Not that I know of.
All right. Let me know.
If you need somebody to spy on her, I'll be way too lazy.
Let me know if you got a cuck chair ready. We'll figure it out. All right.
Unfortunately, I don't have an hotel room, which is like guaranteed in every hotel room. Why is that a thing, by the way? Quick,
the Matt LaFleur special. That's what it's called.
Why are there cuck chairs in every single hotel room?
Because that's where you do it. You're not going to do that at home.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. This totally went off the rails. What a great episode as always.
It's fine. Yeah, as it always does. We took a very long time to go off the rails at like 32 minutes, but never understood that. I do follow the that Instagram channel that just like rates cuck chairs.
Oh, wait, that's awesome. Because there's an Instagram channel that I follow that rates full-length urinals, and these both sound similar.
That's fun. Yeah, but it's like the same idea. Just have like a chair and it's like not comfortable at all. 2 out of 10. I'm like, all right, great. Fantastic. All right. So either way, point is we'll back once again for the prop show on Wednesday. Till next time, good luck to all of you and all of your